The town of Millville was a quiet, idyllic place where nothing ever seemed to happen. Its streets were lined with charming houses, and the townsfolk were friendly and content with their simple lives. That was until the sinister Carnival arrived, casting a long, ominous shadow over the town. The Carnival appeared seemingly overnight, as if it had materialized out of thin air. Its arrival was marked by a cacophony of discordant music that echoed through the town, drawing the curious and the adventurous to the outskirts of Millville. The townspeople gathered to witness this strange and unsettling spectacle. The carnival was like no other, with attractions that defied imagination. Its entrance was a towering gate, adorned with grotesque, grinning faces and twisted wrought iron embellishments. Over the gate, a sign read, "Madame Zephyr's Carnival of the Macabre." The first attraction was the Hall of Mirrors, but these were no ordinary mirrors. As people entered, they saw grotesque distortions of themselves, their reflections contorted into nightmarish shapes. Whispers of laughter seemed to emanate from the mirrors, as if they were mocking those who gazed into them. Next was the Carousel of Lost Souls, an ornate carousel with antique horses that seemed to move of their own accord. As it spun, riders experienced visions of their deepest fears and regrets, their faces twisted in horror. Those dared to ride the carousel found themselves unable to dismount, trapped in a never-ending nightmare. The House of Illusions was perhaps the most unsettling attraction. Inside, visitors navigated a labyrinth of shifting walls and floors. The laws of physics seemed to have no hold, and those who entered became disoriented and lost. The sinister laughter of unseen figures echoed through the dark, disorienting corridors. But the most terrifying attraction of all was the freak show. Inside a dark tent, grotesque and deformed individuals performed in dimly lit cages. The ringmaster, a tall, gaunt figure with piercing eyes, beckoned the townspeople to watch. The audience was drawn in by a strange compulsion, unable to look away as the performers displayed their unnatural abilities. One woman had eyes that glowed with an eerie light. Another had limbs that, as the days went on, the townspeople found themselves inexplicably drawn to the carnival, unable to resist the pull of its dark attractions. Their once tranquil lives were now consumed by the need to experience the horrors within. However, a few individuals sensed the malevolent presence that had taken hold of their town. Among them was a young woman named Sophia, who had always been sensitive to the supernatural. She had observed the changing behavior of her friends and family and felt compelled to investigate the sinister carnival. Sophia ventured to the carnival alone, determined to uncover its secrets. As she entered the Hall of Mirrors, her reflection twisted into grotesque shapes, but she remained resolute. She followed the sinister laughter to the Carousel of Lost Souls, where she watched as a friend from town, Michael, rode the carousel, his face etched with horror. Sophia continued to the House of Illusions, where she relied on her intuition to navigate the shifting corridors. She refused to succumb to the sinister laughter that surrounded her, pressing forward until she emerged into the freak show tent. Inside, she was met with the unsettling sight of the deformed performers and the imposing ringmaster. He sensed her presence and turned his piercing gaze toward her. "You do not belong here," he hissed. Sophia stood her ground. "I demand to know what you've done to my town." The ringmaster's eyes seemed to bore into her soul, but he relented. "Very well, curious one. We have come to collect the lost and the forsaken. Those who yearn for the darkness. We offer them a glimpse into their deepest fears and desires, a chance to embrace the macabre. And once they have partaken, they can never leave. Sophia's heart sank, realizing the depths of the carnival's malevolence. She knew she had to put an end to it. She implored the ringmaster to release the townspeople from its grip, but he only laughed and disappeared into the darkness. Undeterred, Sophia sought the help of others who had resisted the carnival's allure. Together, they devised a plan to break the carnival's hold on Millville. With a combination of determination, courage, and a touch of the supernatural, they confronted the sinister forces that had taken root. As the carnival's grotesque attractions faded away, the town slowly returned to its peaceful state. The townspeople woke from the nightmare that had ensnared them, with no memory of the horrors they had witnessed. Sophia and her allies knew that they had protected their town from a darkness that had threatened to consume it, but the memory of Madame Zephyr's Carnival of the Macabre would forever haunt their dreams.